Hey, at some point, when you guys get Jair back, obviously Eric has played so well, Rasul has played so well.
Yeah.
Is one of those guys, Jair included, best suited to maybe move inside so that you could get all three of those guys
Yeah.
on the field at the
Yeah.
same time?
And I don't mean to just continue to give you guys the standard same answer all the time, but that's, I think Ja had another really good day of practice today. It's just great to have number 23 back out there. I've told you guys always the just the natural energy that he brings. It's infectious, so it's great to have him out there first of all. But the standard thing that I've told you, in this league, you can't have enough good corners. You can't have enough good pass rushers. And you when we get him back, full time, it's a great problem to have when you're throwing a Pro Bowler into the mix. So, we'll just keep taking it day by day. But it was he had a really good day today, just running around. We were in pads, so it's just great to have him back.
Bill Huber. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Hi, Bill. How are you, buddy?
Great, thanks. Um, your run defense has been an issue. It seems like. What is your level of concern there that you got ran on without Kenny, but then when he came back, it wasn't appreciably better.
Yeah. No, it was. And I think I never want to minimize at all, because I think we've taken pride. This group has taken pride in defending the run and stopping the run, and as a whole, we've really played the run well this year. And when I say minimize, we came in with urgency on Monday and watched the film, went through the film, and there were some things that they did, but a large part of it was some things that we did. We didn't fit a few things properly. I think we could have gotten off some blocks a little bit more violently. Of course, not in all the cases, but there was a handful of missed tackles on Chubb, which is going to happen at times when you're playing against a great back. But the thing that I told the group is that was the very first thing that we hit and we talked about on Monday when we came back, and then obviously when the players got back in the building yesterday, we emphasized it again. But it was really there was 10 plays that were you know Baker got out on a scramble for 12 yards. They had two reverses for 25 yards. We gave up a 30-yard run at the end of the game there. On a third down, we gave up a 27-yard run to Chubb earlier in the game. So, those 10 plays, those specific ones that we really really dissected, that was 140 yards of rushing. No, and we corrected those, we hit those, and that's the great thing about this group is that they take that coaching. They have this is a group of guys that has a lot of pride, and and then I quickly made sure they understood that we played 71 snaps of football in that game, and there were 61 snaps of football that we did a lot of good things. Obviously, you take the ball away in this league, it's hard, but to take it away four times, that was really impressive. Those splash plays that we were able to make. I think our pass rush was dominant. We had 5 sacks. I think the 2 minute stops that we had. The 2 minute at the end of the half, and then obviously the 2 minute to seal the game were big. So, but I want to make sure that everyone understands that we understand the urgency in every aspect of football, and right now we got to play the run better. There's no doubt about it. But the guys came in, like I said, we had a great film session on Monday, and then we've hit it hard yesterday and today, obviously out on the grass in practice.
Mark Daniels.
Hey, Joe, got me?
Yes, sir. Who is this?
This is Mark Daniels.
Hey, Mark. What's up, man?
Nothing. Happy New Year, bud. Hey, does the big picture coverage plan change at all without Thielen?
Well, yeah. I mean, I still think they're going to do what they do. Obviously, they still have Kirk. Obviously, they still have 18. They still have 33. Who are obviously really really good players. But Adam has been such a big part of. I'd say not only their offense, but kind of their culture there. It's such a cool story when you look at how he really came about, and he's the heart and soul of that team. So, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna change much. But anytime Adam Thielen's a Pro Bowl player, and just like we've gone through here, when you lose Pro Bowl players, it's kind of like we have. I'm sure they have the same mentality, next man up. But you lose a captain, you lose the production. Anytime you lose an elite player, which he is, it has an effect.
Jason Welty.
Hey, Joe, how are you today?
Good, Jason. What's up?
Hey, look, you guys have been so good for most of this season on your side of the ball. And I know you're not happy, and you talked about the urgency about what's gone on lately. I'm just curious, and I've asked Matt this before too, like one of the cool things about what you guys get to do is when things don't go the way you want, you get to embrace the challenge of the counter move to it. I'm just wondering if you're seeing some consistent things from the teams you faced during this last 4 or 5 game stretch that how people are now kind of understanding how you run this version of the defense. And now, what kind of your counter moves have to be to combat that?
Sure, great question. Of course, the longer the season goes, the more volume, the more, they have our menu on tape. So yeah, I think you do have to obviously change things up at times, but I'm a firm believer too that we got to do what we believe in, and we can. Like on Saturday, like I said, with a handful of those runs, we can squeeze and kill blocks a little bit better. We can be a little bit more decisive and perfect in our run fit. We can get off blocks and strain and dive and make a tackle, come up with a heel or a shin and make that tackle for a 6-yard gain instead of missing that tackle for 30 yards. So, I think. But of course, when you get into December, man, it's we've just like what we do to them. We dissect and look at everything that our opponent does. They're obviously doing the same thing to us. So I think it's a fine balance of doing what you do, but doing it a little bit better. But then also having a little bit of change and a little bit of tweak here or there. That keeps them guessing, which, that's the constant cat and mouse between, you and your opponent always on both sides of the ball.
Rob?
I'm good. Sorry, I forgot to lower my hand.
Bill Huber?
Hey, Joe, without Thielen, does anything really
You broke up, Bill. The only thing I heard is without Thielen.
Yeah, without Thielen, does anything really change, or is Osborne at a high enough level that they can basically run their offense, do you think?
Well, sure. I think it's like I think every team in the National Football League on both sides of the ball have that mentality. Unfortunately, when someone goes down, the next man's up. But Adam Thielen is a great player, and he has certain qualities that you don't know if anybody else in that room has. Of course, 17 has played very well this year as their third. Obviously, he's going to get much more targets, and he's going to have to move up in their system, in their offense. It's happened. Adam's missed 2 games the last 4 or 5 weeks. So they've had to go through this when Adam originally got injured. So But of course, you know, they're going to have to. They still got 18, who, you know, is a handful and a heck of a player, as 33 is. But of course, you know, that's the thing. I wish I knew how that is going to specifically change, but you know, anytime you lose a starter, but you lose a starter of an Adam Thielen caliber, it's gonna affect you and cause you to have to change and tweak what you do.
And we got one more for you, Coach Matt Schneidman. Go ahead.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Good.
Have you seen the progress you'd like from TJ these last couple of weeks? It seems like you'll probably be thin up front again this week. Have you seen some good things in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, TJ Slayton is, you know, we've talked in here, you know, a handful of times about him, and you know, I've been very adamant with, you know, most rookies when they come in are young and green and you know, don't know anything about anything. And TJ walked in and, you know, from a talent standpoint, you know, he's got everything you want. He's got size, he's got athleticism, he's got speed, you know, for a 300-plus man, 300-pound-plus man. But, you know, it was a process. And the thing that I love about TJ is that, you know, sometimes when, you know, you got a coach like Jerry Montgomery who's going to coach you hard. He's going to stay on you. He's going to force you to be detailed. You're not going to be able to fool Jerry or hide from Jerry. And that's probably the thing, you know, that I've really, really witnessed with TJ is that the kid has come in and it was, you know, you ask him, it was hard on him. I don't know if he'd really admit that to you, but OTAs and training camp and preseason, I mean, it was a grind. He was like, man, this is, you know, and this is a kid coming from the highest level of college football in the SEC at Florida. And, but I tip my hat to TJ that he accepted coaching, he took coaching, and between him and Jerry, they've, you know, Jerry stayed on him, but TJ has stayed positive and stayed in the fight. And I'm really excited about him. Is he a finished product by absolutely not. I mean, he still has, you know, 1 million miles to go, but man, he's traveled 1 million miles. And I think it's exciting because I think he's really, really going to be a good player if he stays on the course that he's been on. And I tip my hat to not only Jerry Montgomery but TJ also, because Jerry's coached his butt off, but TJ's taken that coaching. And from where he was, whatever day that was way back when he first got here after the draft to where he is now, he's made incredible strides. And if he keeps with that mindset and that approach, he's going to make even more strides.